click on embed. Now it'll bring you to the embed section, which means you will embed the code right here that you can see onto your website for the live stream. So basically you could go to your website and be able to watch your live stream right there on the website instead of going to Ustream. I believe if anyone knows out there, Chris Perillo does this. That's how.
If you write anything on your computer, you need to get Grammarly.
I write pretty much all day, every.
Hey there, it's Rob the Tech Wiz here, and today I'm going to be starting a little tutorial mini-series, I guess you could call it, on how to live stream for free. Now I'm assuming if you're watching this video that you have a few things, that you have at least the hardware that you need to live stream. Like if you want to live stream some PC gameplay or something like that, you already have a decent computer, and if you want to live stream some console gameplay, you already have a capture card, and you already have it hooked up to your computer. Now, the capture card that I have is the Elgato Game Capture HD, and I've already done a tutorial on how to live stream to Twitch TV using only the Elgato software. Now, if that's something that you're interested in, I'll put a link in the description to that video, but that's only if you want to live stream console gameplay with, at most, voice commentary over it. The tutorial mini-series that I'm going to be starting today is a little bit more in-depth with your live stream, like if you want to add a webcam or you want to add a graphic or an overlay to it, or if you want to live stream to somewhere other than Twitch TV. That's what I'm going to be talking about today. So the program that you're going to need to do that is called Open Broadcaster Software. So I'll put a link in the description to the website to download it. It's just obsproject.com/download. It'll bring you to this page, and on the left over here they'll usually have the current stable build, and sometimes over here on the right they'll have a build that they're working on. I would just grab the one on the left. It's always going to be the latest stable build. Okay, so once you go ahead and download that, open it up, and this is what you're going to see. Now, a lot of people, if you've seen other tutorials or see other people live streaming, they might use a program called XSplit. OBS is basically a free version of that. Some argue that it's better or worse, but all in all, the biggest reason I use it is it's free and it works really well. So that's all I'm going to say on the XSplit part of it. If you've used XSplit before or you prefer XSplit, go for it, but I'm going to continue using OBS because, like I said, it's free, and the title of the video is How to Live Stream for Free. Okay, so the first part of the tutorial that I'm going to be going over is the general settings that you need to set up in OBS. Then in the next couple parts, I'll start talking about how to add scenes and how to add things to your live stream, like your capture card and your mic and your webcam and stuff like that. So for now, I'm just going to talk about the general settings. So as soon as you open up the program, go ahead and click the settings button right here, and then you're going to see all these different categories of settings over here on the left. The first one that you're going to open up to is just the general settings, and what this pretty much is you can select the language for the program. And you can also have different profiles of settings. Like you can have settings settings for your different streams. Like I have a setting for my YouTube and my Twitch stream. If you want to create a new setting, like I've already done here, just click in the box, call it whatever you want. In my case, I called it tutorial. I don't know if it'll let me. Yeah, but once you type it in, it'll let you click add, and it'll add it to the drop-down list. Okay, the next part, and one of the most important parts, is the encoding section. So the very first thing that you're going to see is use CBR. Never check that. It's constant bitrate. You don't want to do that. And then the next couple settings are going to vary based on you. The quality balance, I always leave at 10. OBS says you should base it off of your bitrate speed in comparison to your frames per second that you have your video, that you have your stream set to. But I just leave it at 10. I haven't really noticed too much of a performance difference, but you can play with that accordingly. Now your max bitrate is going to depend on your upload speed of your internet. It's going to be the target average, really, max bitrate. It's going to spike up and down It's not going to be at this constantly. So that's something that you're going to need to find out for yourself. If you don't know what your bitrate is, go to a website called testmy.net, do an upload test. I think you can click on it's like an automatic smart test, and it'll test your upload speed. A lot of people, including myself, have used speedtest.net, but I found this to be a little bit more accurate. Speedtest sometimes gives you a little higher numbers than are accurate. For example, if I ran my test on speedtest, it would probably give me a 4.5, something like that. But anyway, the website's going to give it to you in megabits per second, but you'll see they want it in kilobits per second. So in short, multiply that number by about 1,000. If you want to get technical, it's 1,024. To multiply this number by, and that's going to be your max upload speed for internet. Now you don't want to use your full upload bandwidth. OBS recommends that you use 70 to 80% of your overall upload test, and they also recommend not going over 3,500 kilobits per second, even if you can, especially if you're live streaming to Twitch and you're not partnered. Everyone that views your live stream is going to have a fast enough internet speed to be able to watch it at that high of a bit rate. So that's something you want to keep in mind. If you are partnered, though, then you can change the qualities, and it's not so much a big a deal. But I stream at about 2,000. I probably could do more, but it's really not necessary. My streams look pretty good. And if you're really not sure what to use here, once you've figured out what your max bitrate upload speed is, you can come to this website, obsproject.com/estimator. Again, I'll put a link in the description to this, and you can put in the specs of your graphics card, your CPU, and what kind of games you're going to play, and then put in your max bit rate. And OBS will give you some recommended settings as far as FPS, your quality, and right here it gives you recommended max bit rate and buffer sizes. I would just say also, just leave this unchecked unless you're familiar with what it is and you want to play around with it. Your safest bet is just to leave it unchecked. That's what I recommend. That's what OBS recommends also. So the next section is audio encoding. I would definitely just use the AAC codec. I'm pretty sure it's the default. And as far as the bit rate, I use 192. There's a little bit of difference between 128 and 192. That's why I use 192. It's a little bit better. But you really don't need to go any higher than 192. 192 sounds pretty good.